If Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Netflix series and Harry's memoir are too damaging to the royal family, King Charles is willing to revoke their titles and will do the same for their children. Author Tom Bauer also reckons that Meghan will not back down, even if Archie and Lilibet are subjected to such measures. The author said, he, Charles, has made various threats to Meghan and Harry and warned that if they go ahead, they'll find themselves ostracised in a way they cannot believe, and so they're quite worried about that. First of all, I don't think their children will get titles if they go ahead and slander the royals. But they've also got to consider their own titles. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex could be taken away by Charles if they misbehave. That is something Meghan and Harry are very worried about because, after all, though she pours dirt on the royal family the whole time, whenever she introduces herself she says, "I'm Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex." Harry is reportedly moving full steam ahead with the memoir after a tense London trip for the Queen's funeral in September. In the end, they left Britain after the Queen's funeral feeling as angry as ever, if not more, Bauer added, because they've been excluded from various events, especially a reception for the heads of states, Harry not being allowed to wear his uniform, and there was no reconciliation between them and Kate and William. The Sussexes released a photo of themselves to the media hours after the King unveiled his snaps with William and Kate. This was the resumption of hostilities from Montecito to the royal family. Bauer called the photo clash absolutely a middle finger to the new king. Harry is brainwashed, would be the politest way of saying it, into going along with it. He thinks he's been badly treated, he continued. But there's no doubt they're a great threat to the royal family. Another royal expert has claimed Harry would be absolutely devastated if King Charles decides to cut inactive royals such as himself and Prince Andrew from the Councillors of State position. British journalist Jonathan Sacerdoti said, "There's some rumour or discussion about whether or not he'll change the rules over who can deputise for the monarch. For example, in cases where the monarch is incapacitated through bad health. And that would be understandable if he did push to do that and have it cleared through Parliament. Because just on a practical level, which means we put personal and emotional concerns aside, it doesn't seem to make sense that someone who lives in America would be anywhere in the line for actually deputising for the King of the United Kingdom. It just doesn't make sense. I think that generally speaking, we'll see him doing his own thing, not just to stamp his personality on the role and the era, although in part it may be because of that, but also because circumstances are different," he continued. "It's no surprise that Charles wants to keep the inner circle tight. Something was discussed before he became king. There's this sense that he wants a slimmed down monarchy to make sure that everyone is doing their bit, and there are no so-called hangers-on," royal expert Camilla Tominey said. "So I think this is basically Charles's attempt to basically look like he's inherited his mother's habit for being frugal, turning off light switches, and being green, generally being good value for money. Therefore, I think there's a sense of trying to make that as smooth as possible and trying to create a monarchy that's fit for the future."